The Regents Park RAAF line is more of an amalgamation of tons of different sidings that ended up forming a large industrial yard of sorts with a distinguished main line, or main road, down the middle, kind of like the Sandown line or the Duck River line. The first siding was for the oddly named Auburn Brickworks, crossing Park Road and continuing on into the Brickworks, which opened on the 11th of November 1912, only being 583 metres long. The rolling stock builder Kilbourne and Wilwicks, notable products including the LHD brake van, built a siding in 1913, with these brake vans being made there. Babcock and Wilcox would build a siding in 1922, making boilers, mostly. In 1914 and 1924, two loop sidings appeared at the Regents Park station itself. I'm not sure when these were removed though. In May 1943, during World War II, the Royal Australian Air Force built a dozen sidings that would be part of the No. 2 stores. They were placed here to store supplies for the Bankstown Airport, which was a very strategically important location at the time. A bit of drama occurred compensation-wise when the US Army would transport canned veggies from Eggles, Cowra and Bathurst to the warehouses at Regents Park, since the New South Wales Department of Railways would not pay out for any claims for compensation due to them being sent from one private firm to another. And you have to understand, this was a time where loss of product was very common. Eggles overcame this by sending their goods to Regents Park Station instead of the sidings, forcing the NSW DOR to check the goods. Several private companies and the military would make use of the sidings for many years to come, until the 1970s and 80s when they started to be removed, and by the 11th of July 1992 the whole line had been shut down. All that is left is the alignment and possibly some sleepers, just heading down the main road. Much of the area has turned into industrial parks and housing developments. The Babcock and Wilcox sidings were situated on this area here, the McLean sidings were on this area. The Commonwealth sidings would continue on across Princes Road East. There is very little information out there. All information is made possible by the book Sydney's Forgotten Sidings by the ARHS, NSW and John Oakes, which I actually had the pleasure to meet. Please buy the book, it is insanely useful if you want to know just about anywhere in Sydney. You can just look it up in the book and, oh hey, here's a whole chapter about it. It's great. Today, we will be exploring the remains of the Royal Australian Air Force Commonwealth sidings here in Regents Park. We've already reached one of the bits. Right here, it is. Well, we're here basically. This is it. So there is this big lot here. I'm zoomed in, and it seems just locked off. So that's as much as we can really get. So this is basically where the tracks would have gone. So we're just going to walk alongside here, see how far we can really get. Maybe we'll see a couple remnants of the siding. Ooh, yeah, this is the moment where you can't really follow along anymore. Here we just have this industrial estate. Heading back to the car now. So let's go. Let's see where else we can go. I think it would be safe to bring out the camera here. There's a bit of waste up there. It's definitely a new staircase. It wouldn't have been from the old line. Wow. Wow. So that's this is at the other end of that one lot, and you can see right there an actual remnant. There is I think that's a sleeper. So you've got sleeper. No, that's not a sleeper. I think that might be a milepost or something. Sleeper there. Wow. So I've climbed up onto this little brick abutment, and that's somewhere under all of that is the train track. Into it. but I saw this old aerial photo and that looked like a really big crater. Might have just been from all the trees though, I'm not sure. So this whole area has been built on the alignment of the railway line. There is so little left. I mean, it was owned by the federal government because it was a military branch line and, you know, secretive stuff, military, yada yada. At this point it just becomes a park, a bit of a rail trail, you know. And here, I'm gonna climb up there and get some photos. So this goes. Hope this is being in focus. Wow. Would have gone from down there right past here and down to that road. Measured it on Google Maps and there's only about 700 meters of the line that hasn't been built over. So this is, I guess, the rail trail, if you want to call it that. Now down here, there is another big area of the line that is intact. It's been overgrown, but it is intact. However, it's behind that building. But the building itself is a bit of a remnant. Actually, might be able to see it through that little gap there. That's where we began. Here we are. The reason why that building there is so long and narrow is because it was built on the rail corridor, so the property lot had to kind of contort with where the train tracks would have gone. Down there, you can see where the alignment is, but I'm not going to go in there. I couldn't find like any sort of, you know, photos or anything online except for like a couple aerial ones. This is a very obscure railway line. Spotto. Got like a Union Pacific fork. So down here, over there, that ridge line, that is where the train line would go. I am not going to go into there because it looks very private. Thank you for watching. Here is that little last bit on Google Maps. The next abandoned railway video will likely be on the Duck River branch line. It's a little, well, very little, and also a little known branch that went out from Auburn that's quite similar to this one, except there's quite a lot left compared to this one at least. The Murraylander video, that is coming. So is my Melbourne series. After that, I'll do a little video as requested on the history of M-Train's branding, as requested by Splodge Beans. And after that, I will likely do a crash documentary, and then I'll just go back to uploading regular footage for a while. So, yeah. See you in the next video.